Hi! Welcome back, everyone. So, let's continue with Aether and Iron. We are going back to talk with the Rebellion. So let's go. So, I'm just gonna make a quick save here, since I'm not sure if the game will force us into another scene or something when we finish talking to this Trawler smuggler, our rebellion friends. Let's go.
Ah, Gia. I see you brought a guest, though not one unwelcome. It's nice to see you outside of the negotiating table, Sophia.
Mission completed. The heart has 2 beats. And we reached a new level. Level 12.
Sam, darling. You look well, though busy as always, I see. And hello, Apollo, dear. You look good. In a way that would be every publicist's nightmare if it ever landed on the front page.
And who's going to be the one to take the snapshot, darling? You?
Their smiles start as cool and polite as passing acquaintances, but they quickly crack into grins as they share a peal of laughter like age-old friends on a night out.
Yep, they got some history, as we learned like 2 episodes ago.
Oh, glad to have you, Soph. Gia, how are we looking?
Give him the cautious assessment or give him the confident assessment. As I stated before, I would much rather see a bit of what the character is going to say and make up the opinion of what the character is conveying myself. Yeah, let's side on caution. We aren't in. We haven't passed the goal line yet, so.
Got a good look at the place. Security could give Fort Knox a run for its money. We're going to need everything planned to the minute.
Yep.
Oh, where'd that earlier confidence go, eh? This was your bright idea.
Yeah, but it only works if we line up our shot.
And Sophie's morale has increased yet again. Nice.
Way I see it, we got 3 problems to solve. The crowds, the loot, and the getaway.
Figure out how to deal with the crowds. Figure out how to get the loot out. Talk about the gateway. Let's go in order. Figure out how to deal with the crowd.
Pandemonium's going to be packed. We're going to need everyone out of our way.
Arm loves ending things with a bang. It's why Soap Jackson's closing the night with a fireworks show. If it were to happen sooner, everyone, including Marm, would be forced outside.
Think you can shift the schedule?
Of course not. Marm would have my head. But if someone very clever were to sneak into one of Soap's parties, they may be able to convince Soap to help coordinate a surprise.
Bit of infiltration work. Very intriguing.
Talk to me before you go. Might have an idea or two on the how.
Ask about Soap Jackson.
I saw one of his flunkies running games. I thought the name sounded familiar. Former baseball player turned hustler, right?
Oh yes, a rather tacky man. Loves his parties as much as he loves to gamble when he's lucid.
Not your type, huh?
He and I enjoy different games. Fortunately, that means he's always looking for new players.
In my experience, that's as good as an open invite. No good party's complete without a surprise guest.
Yeah, Diamond, why? Ask why he'd help.
He's working for Marm. Why are you sure he'd help us?
Yeah.
Soap's a free spirit. You hire the man because he knows how to throw a party, not for loyalty.
And I'm going to persuade him how, exactly?
I'm sure you know how to be persuasive. Flatter him, bribe him, convince him Marm's surprise is a reward in itself. Or simply beat his ego until he does it out of spite.
No. We are going with a smooth talking approach. That's how we operate, after all. Figure out how to get the loot out.
Sophie, you said only a few people are allowed to touch Marm's cache. Who are they exactly?
Let's see. There's Gunther, the concierge, the movers, select security members and does, and me. But even if I got you uniforms, we could hardly carry it out ourselves.
The movers are still the Matsey Brothers Moving Company, correct? If so, they may be persuaded to help.
Uh-huh.
The Undercity League meets not only with Dreamland's Baron, but also its Ledgeman Union. I am told relations between them have become difficult.
Enough they won't turn around and go to Marm?
Ask if this Luca, that's Luca Nazi.
Wait, when you say Luca Mazzi, do you mean...
The former world's champion boxer. Or the terrifying Avenger who left a streak of broken strikebreakers behind him.
Just surprised he and Marm would ever strike a deal.
Matsey Brothers Moving Company does excellent work, and his rates are reasonable. And you know what they say, darling. Better to keep your enemies close and on a tight leash.
Ask how to persuade Luca.
All right, sounds convincing. How do we get him on side?
Luca sees the world in black and whites. He shows you who he is and expects you to do the same. If you are yourself, Gia, I'm sure he will listen. He respects a good heart.
Uh-huh. Right. Yep, let's talk about the gateway.
Our biggest hurdle's the escape. Even if we get the loot out, Marm's got an army.
Yes, we're outgunned in a fight. If only we had more killers around. Eh, Sam?
You can't win a war on bullets alone.
Then we simply give them a problem even Marm herself couldn't ignore. Another fire.
It doesn't take much to read between the lines, but the proposal still sparks a jolt through the room.
Yeah, how do we make sure people won't be in any danger? What type of arson are you talking about here, Sophie?
It's a lovely building, and I'll miss my table. The Pandemonium's always been a symbol of Marm's power. As confident as she is, nothing would alarm her more than to watch her casino go up again.
Ah,
Oh, well, that settles it. We'll empty the castle, rob the treasury, and burn the rest to the ground.
is that all, Diamond? Then you... Yeah, go ahead and take care of everything yourself then, mate. I'm waiting. You aren't going? Okay then. Fine.
After we've emptied it of civilians.
Yeah, ask about the Pandemonium fire.
I know Dreamland's kept quiet on the details, but you does ever figure out how the culprit pulled it off?
Officially, all evidence was lost in the fire. Unofficially, Someone smuggled an accelerant right under our nose. Filled the place with it.
You really have no idea who did it.
Trust me, Giovanna. Whoever you're thinking of, you can bet we got to them first. Not a single one talked. All took their secrets to old New York.
Yep. Went flying, did they? Flown away. Ask about the remaining threats.
If Marm's busy with the fire, who's left to worry about?
It'll be Marm's birthday, so all lieutenants will be expected to attend. You've met Lizzie, of course. Alice seems vapid, but don't let her fool you. And Pearl solves everything with an iron fist. I expect we'll have to deal with at least one of them. More if we're unlucky.
Commit to plan.
Okay, but if Marm's that worried, I doubt she's made it easy to burn a second time.
Oh, there's no doubt Marm's put safety measures even I have no idea of. Which is why we'll want to talk to her pet architect. Anton Klossner designed both pandemoniums. He once showed me the blueprints, and they're easily his masterpiece. If anyone knows of a weakness, it's him.
And how do we coax it out of him?
Think you still got him?
He should, but he's a notorious recluse. Fortunately, he adores Marm, so I'm sure I can convince him to bring himself and the blueprints to an investor event.
Start heist prep.
All right, that's enough to get started. Anything else we should know?
Only a word of caution, darling. Expect to see more security measures as we get closer to the date, and try to plan accordingly.
Good thinking. We get minutes to plan, so let's hurry up and work.
Yep, new objective. Prepare for the heist. We have a bit of a list we need to follow. Got a lot to do. Fun. Okay, let's have a chat with everyone. Chris, how are you doing, my friend?
Gia.
Ask about what happened at the Pandemonium.
Look, Cress, about what happened at Pandemonium.
If you're about to apologize, save it. I don't want to hear from you. Dreamland's never been kind to Aetherneers. Only got worse after that damn fire.
Amateur sleuths and tabloids alike have thrown around answers to the Pandemonium fire like it's a game of pitchpenny. A vengeful Aetherneer might have only been one of them, but it still left a mark.
Drive safe.
Both hands on the wheel. Sophie, what do you got?
Giovanna?
Sure. Let's ask about Winnie, the child that we made the choice to be in the doves in the school over. What was her name? Jenna?
About Winnie, she decide to be a doe?
She did. She'll require a lighter touch than other recruits, but we'll make do. Apparently, the poor thing had only been on the street a week before you and I found her.
Yeah.
Her father died in a mugging, you see. He was her only family.
Yeah, I'm sure Jenna is in a, equal awful situation, but at least she seemed to have acclimated a bit more and was more capable of taking care of herself and looking after herself, so...
Poor thing doesn't cover the half of it. That's barely enough time to grieve, let alone figure out how to live alone.
That is some consolation. It's easier to grieve or feel anything, really, when your needs are taken care of. Otherwise, the training will keep her occupied.
Ask about her background.
You used to be like Winnie and Jenna, right? So how'd you end up with the does?
Through the usual means, really. Abandon a child, leave her to fend for herself, and if she's very clever, very tough, or very anything, she might get an invitation to one of Mom's schools.
Somehow, I doubt that's all there was. You weren't just interested in those two because you liked them. They had something special. She slowly smiles, as pleased as a magician pulling back their curtain on some years-old trick.
There are a lot of young couriers in the city. If you wear the right outfit and say the right things, anyone could be persuaded to give you what you ask for.
Knowing you, that must have worked out pretty nicely.
Beautifully. I got a new coat, a bolt of silk, and a doe's button before they tracked me down. Fortunately, the doe was in need of a recruit, and I was in need of new opportunities.
Okay.
Until next time.
You got anything
Yes,
more to
darling? Until next time.
add? Okay. And Chris?
Back already, huh?
No.
Be careful out there.
And Diamond?
Say, Apollo, why do they call him Soap, anyway?
He's very particular about being clean. He is slippery, like a bar of soap, and other things I could come up with that ends up happening when you are sent to or spend time in prison.
I gather it's on account of his squeaky clean gambling record. Never lost a single bet, if you believe the stories. But I prefer to think of it this way. He's as slippery as they come.
Uh-huh.
So, remind me then, why is it we think he'll help us take down Marm?
He might not. But he's a socialite, and we're highly susceptible to flattery and bribery. I'm sure you can convince him.
That's all you got for me?
Sorry, darling, can't do much else from here. But you've got a handle on things, right?
Respond with trepidation, respond with confidence. Yeah. We are, if nothing else, we are very well versed at negotiations, shall we say, with all different kinds of people.
If I didn't, you and I wouldn't even be talking right now.
That's what I like to hear. Good luck. They say Soap's parties are as wild as they come. I'd like to see it myself sometime.
Gain entry to Soap's never-ending party is the new objective there.
Yeah, can't wait. Talk to you later.
Let's have did you...
Ah, you're back.
Yeah, you do have other things to discuss. Oh, yeah, ask about his involvement with the underground.
How's an uppers movie star go from whining and dining celebs to running a lowers rebellion?
Would you believe the movies inspired me?
No.
That's it? You played enough pretend revolutionaries you decided to be one for real?
Why not? I have more than enough money to fund a war chest and the drive to use it. Why not use it to fix this rotten town, eh?
So, you're not doing this for any real cause. That's the image I had to begin with.
A lot of celebs dabble in philanthropy. They usually stick to dropping donations and running charity balls without needing to step 1 foot in the trenches. I watch as the glib plating flakes off, revealing the fiery resolve underneath.
And? What good are those? The system's broken. Might toss it all down the well while I'm at it.
So you have some brains after all. Nice to see.
But you're sure fighting the Barons will fix it?
Oh, it's just the start. I look at the people we're helping, and you know who I see. My parents. Good people. Fled to this country to escape violence. only to face the same hatred here. The underground might be small now, but we fight the fight others can't. Better than getting fat off caviar, I say.
Ask about his relationship with Sam.
So what's the story between you and Sam? I know the Undercity League's got some pull around the city, but I doubt that usually includes movie stars.
Yeah, so Diamond here might not be as vain and, let's say, lightheaded as we first suspected, or as even as self-centered as he portrayed himself to be. So I guess that's like a persona he put on for so long that it kind of comes naturally.
Luck, I suppose. Old Iron Hand helped me out of a scrap back in the early days. Sorted out some trouble between me and the Paupers.
Paupers? What the hell did you do to piss them off?
Needed a spot to hide, I'm afraid. I was running supplies to a budding resistance group when the shooting started. Ducked into an Aether tunnel before they took my head off.
And you got lost. He smiles, as innocent as a wolf idling near a field of sheep.
I'd heard rumors of Aetherians fighting the fight. Bypassing terriers, smuggling resources, rolling back years added to contracts, etc. Thought I'd see if they'd like to chat. Took a few meetings before Iron Hand was willing to let slip that he was one of them. After that, we were as close as houses on fire. See you soon.
And do you have anything more?
Ah, you're back.
Nope.
See you soon.
And let's have a chat with Sam.
Holding up all right?
Ask about involvement with the underground. Yeah, I'm pretty sure we figured out why he's in this group, leader of this group, one of the leaders, but yeah, let's find out a bit more.
Thought the Undercity League was supposed to be a neutral organization, but here you are, helping to run the underground from the top.
The League is unaware of my affiliation with the Underground, and I'd prefer it stay that way. If, God forbid, I'm discovered, that will allow them to deny culpability.
Still a hell of a risk if you ask me. What's stopping the Barons from deciding the whole League's gotta go? The Aether's pale washed eyes fall on mine, feeling centuries older than his salt-peppered hair would imply.
Yeah, because if they would, the Aether's would most likely start risking islands' safety. Since without Aether's, islands will plummet back down to old Earth.
I've dealt with Barons longer than the Underground. Though the Barons may call us rats, and though they may disparage our contributions, they need someone to keep the peace.
Yeah, and that's it.
Without us, they would be putting themselves at the mercy of hundreds of thousands of Aetherians.
Uh-huh.
I grimace as I place myself in the Baron's shoes. I could get rid of the League. Most Aetherians would keep us flying, but one might decide to let us drop.
Yep.
That's enough to make me flinch.
Ask about the Undercity League.
I've read a little of the Undercity League in the papers. Your name usually comes up with it.
It keeps us visible. Though the headlines are not always flattering, they remind the world that Aetherians exist. They force topsiders to see us as fellow humans, making it easier to get their cooperation.
And I noticed that Melly isn't here. I think we would like talk with her as well, right? Catch base.
From what Crest said in White Street, it doesn't sound like every Baron agrees.
Cressa often sees a glass half empty, for good reason. However, wars are not fought with only one weapon. Negotiation is a tool you use for prolonged conflict. And when negotiation fails, the League offers alternatives. Legal aid, financial support, And on the rare occasion, physical solutions.
Yeah, any news about White Street? Ask about White Street.
White Street's in civil war right now. How are the Aetheniers holding up?
Better than others. Although Eli's forces are in conflict, most of the fighting remains topside. However, the lack of leadership makes negotiations precarious.
Understandable.
Surprised there's anyone left to negotiate with. Figured Eli's people would be too busy fighting each other to obey the chain of command.
Certain offices hold more protections than others, such as the scrapyard. It's currently controlled by Theodore Lutzko. It gives him authority over the supply lines.
We've met. From what I heard, he's been less than reliable about sending supplies to Aetheniers.
Ah, old Flasco.
Lutzko is not a malicious man. He takes his duty seriously. However, when you consistently deprioritize your Aetheniers, there are consequences. When things calm down, I hope to visit Arkstad again. There's a memorial planned for those lost in Eli's purge, including Alexander and Maria. I'd like to attend if possible.
There should also be some sort of showing of the child lost there. Anyway.
Because they were fellow Aetheniers? Or because they were part of the underground?
They were more than that. They were good friends, and Arkstad deserves to know that the League stands with them. Cressa shouldn't have to go and mourn alone. See you.
Okay, do you have anything else?
Holding up all right?
No.
See you.
Okay.
Radio consoles sporting complex buttons, dials, and wires indicate the underground spent some serious
we
in
heard
the
this.
comics. The cops always have photos of the dastardly
Okay,
perps they're
let's
chasing
see.
pinned to a corpse.
So, what do we have now? Go to Fogger's Pike and find a way to talk to Luca. So, we need to find the vault plans, organize the distraction, secure the gateway. Yeah. And here, objective, locate Luca Mazzi at Fogger's Pike. Go to Fogger's Pike and find a way, yep. And here, attend Marm's investors party, travel to Marm's yacht, okay. And gain entry to Soap's never-ending party. Go to Soap's mission and find a way to get inside the mansion. Alright. We are caught up. We got a level to do, so I will get back to you when I decided what choices to make. Okay, I think we have decided. So, since we are focusing on smooth talk for role-playing reasons and other things I've done through in the past, we are going with hustle, and we are adding one more point for Gia in smooth talker. There we go. And with Sophie, we have maxed out her smarts. So either we go with, yeah, so we will be continuing on Phantom with her in order to give us a boost to that skill check. There we go. And for Cress, I have looked over both Enforcer and Daredevil, but I think Since she is mostly using cars right now that don't have any weapon slots, it would be beneficial to get a bit more RAM potential, because here we would get +1 RAM action. Then in here, new combat action counter RAM. The next time the vehicle is rammed, automatically ram back. That's very nice. And here, stagger enemies when using ram, dramatically reducing their AP for 1 turn. That's also very nice. And then improved counter ram. Lasts until the end of the next round instead of for 1 turn. So yeah, I think we will be maxing out her Enforcer, and if we end up getting a car with more, with both auxiliary slots and some like weapon slots, we might change this up and respec her. Anyway, let's go here. Oh, have we? Yeah, we have max. Yeah, exactly. So, Enforcer it is. There we go. So let's go ahead and have a chat with Nelly.
Nellie's not here. Maybe she's at the root cellar with Gardner.
Okay. But let's have a look around. Ooh, you have brought us some things. How fun. Nitro Repulsor. Ram and boost. In the hastened status effect, reducing the cost of movement for 2 turns. Once per combat. So how much will it reduce the movement? And it isn't worth anything. Yeah, interesting. So she's tinkering away at things, it seems.
Nellie seems to be applying her vast know-how in the construction of some kind of Aether-powered gizmo. I recognize some parts salvaged from Cress's garage, but some pieces and the ultimate function of the thing are alien to me. Nellie's chalkboard is crammed to the edges with physics equations and calculations and all sorts of mathematical junk I can't begin to parse. The kid keeps a glass jar close at hand, half full of sweets. I'm sure she won't mind if I sneak one. Not even fresh brewed coffee's enough to cut through the scent of decades-old.
Okay, yeah, we heard all of that before. Okay, so she isn't here. Okay, let's go to the bar.
Oh, but what if we used an alternating charge? It could increase Daisy's output exponentially.
I suppose it's possible. However, you'll need an opposing resonance.
Of course! We can start with datasets 13 through to 15, measure particle strength and the... Oh, hi Gia! The professor and I were discussing a new dispersal test. He was just telling me of a supplier who could...
That's great, but it's not why I'm here. Remember Eli's red aether? Somehow Marm's got our hands on it. A lot of it. It's how she's expanding her barony. The reminder shuts a blind over her enthusiasm. Her shoulders shrink, withering like a plant in a dark cupboard.
What? How? It shouldn't have...
Shouldn't have been what? Gotten out? You said that before, back in White Street. Where's this red aether coming from?
It's... Gia, I wish I could tell you. Truly, but I simply can't.
What Eleanor means is that she signed an agreement, one with, regrettably, severe penalties for breaking confidentiality.
Ask about the agreement. Yeah, what does it entail?
What sort of penalties are we talking about?
Yeah.
The kind that could ruin a researcher. To start, you'd lose your position at the finest Aether Institute in the country and all its resources. Then you'd have to pay back any outstanding investments the Institute's put into your work.
Devious.
It'd be really, really bad, Gia. And my parents, what would they say? They expected me to thrive at the Institute. If I were cast out of the Heights, it'd be a terrible disappointment.
Yeah, that doesn't sound ominous at all.
Olympus Park has that much pull?
Quite. The Heights doesn't have barons, but it does have a number of influential benefactors, some of which sit on the board. I promise you, drawing their ire is not an enjoyable experience.
I don't think he's going to tell us anything, but ask what Gardner knows about Red Aether.
This doesn't sound like the first time you're hearing about Red Aether.
Oh, Alistair is one of the experts who helped... I mean...
It's all right, Eleanor. You're quite correct, Miss Randazzo. I'm familiar with Red Aether and its applications, for better and worse. Which is why I find it troubling to hear it spread further than a tiny corner of Eleanor's lab.
Tell them you need this information.
Look, kid, I get it. But you've seen it yourself. That stuff is out there, and we need to know where it's coming from. Next time could be a hell of a lot worse than a cannon.
I know, but... Professor, isn't there something we can do? Surely an exception can be made.
Gardner smooths his hand over the table, regarding Nellie's plea like a puzzle short a corner piece. He finds the solution with a soft rap of his knuckles.
Well, you can trust us. We aren't the type to rattle our mouth to all and sundry.
Well, only one of us has clearance and tenure. If, hypothetically, I were to consult while you were away at the bar, you could hardly be held accountable. Oh, and order what you like. It's a business expense.
How generous of you, Mr. Gardner.
Thank you so much, Professor Gardner. Oh, but what should I get? I usually drink soda or water, you see. Maybe something that takes a while to make.
I'm confident you'll find something.
Nellie flits off to the bar to learn spirits, leaving me with her mentor. Despite the clinking of glasses behind the bar and the stains on warped wood, the man looks at me like I'm a student in his office.
How much do you know about Red Aether, Miss Randazzo?
Give him a detailed answer. Tell him you've seen it in action. Tell him what Nellie's told you. No, we have learned some things, and it would advance the conversation. So, give him a detailed answer.
Tightly focused Aether, right? You increase the resonance until its energy potential increases enough to turn it red. Makes it powerful, but unstable.
You're absolutely correct. We'll skip the basics then. Have you ever met researchers with cabin fever? They get up to the most novel experiments, flight, light, even music, thanks to our Aether resonance team. It's how we ended up with a new kind of Aether, and a crater in the birch room.
The Heights made Red Aether?
You have to understand, Miss Randazzo. Olympus Park creates new wonders every day, but not everything should ever be released. We couldn't even trust ourselves with Red Aether, so we locked it away.
Then why is it in the lowers?
I have my suspicions. Olympus Park is not as untouchable as our namesake. There is no shortage of bad actors who tear through the walls to get their hands on even a drop of our tech. Such as hiring a villain to break into the Heights, destroy our lab, and attempt to kidnap one of our prized scientists.
Mr. Black Hat.
The professor's palm rests on the top of his cane, as solemn and heavy as a hand on a headstone. I wonder if he still feels the heat of explosives and fire, if he was even conscious for it.
Or Mr. Black Hat's employer.
It was an utter tragedy. I recruited them, truly brilliant people. Lost in an instant thanks to sheer recklessness.
Ask what happened to him afterwards.
You said you came to bloody, bruised, and alone. And sometime after that, you ended up on Ellis Island.
An awful thing to wake to. I had board members at my heels, fighting my request to leave, investigators demanding to know what happened, doctors ordering bed rest, But it worked out. Eleanor safe. And that's all.
She sounds like a lot more than a researcher to you.
And they cut out. Eleanor is safe, and that's all that matters. It sounds like a lot more than a researcher to you. Yeah. Like an adopted daughter or something, although she has parents, but yeah.
Gardner simply smiles, as naturally as if Nellie were really his own.
I've known Eleanor since she was 16. Her parents, lovely people, knew that they had a genuine prodigy, but they didn't want their child to go out into the world alone. I gave my word she wouldn't.
Ask him why he tried bringing Nellie back. Yeah, if the place is so dangerous, like we talked about, that's why we brought you back here. What did you think, man? What was your thought process there?
You said it yourself. The Heights isn't untouchable, and the gunman who started the fire still running around. Why risk bringing her back to the scene of the crime?
I'm embarrassed to admit I simply wasn't thinking. I'd finally found Eleanor. I'd heard war had broken out in White Street, and I thought, she's been through so much. Best get her home quickly.
If you were in that much of a rush, what took you so long to find her? You obviously have resources. There's faster ways to find someone than planting coded messages in radio ads.
You know the Lowers more intimately than I, Miss Randazzo. Money, influence, and connections only go so far when half the baronies are in conflict. And believe me, I tried.
A deep weariness drapes around his shoulders, made up of several weeks worrying. He looks to the bar, as though confirming Nellie was still where he'd left her.
I'm aware I seem unreasonable. I came into your lives and nearly spirited Eleanor away without explanation. But wouldn't you do anything to keep someone you cared about safe?
My mind places the shadowed streets and warring baronies against a kiss of sunlight from upstairs, and I hate that I see his point.
Ask him about their friends.
There's a creep chasing Nellie. Black hat, scars, professional killer. Calls himself Dufresne. Know anything about him?
Dufresne, yeah.
Gardner's brows twitch downward, leaving furrows deep enough to catch water.
I'm afraid I wouldn't. Arson and murder aren't quite my department. What about you, Miss Randazzo? Surely you and your friends have looked into him?
Mostly through our run-ins. He said someone hired him to bring her home.
Eleanor still has family and associates in the uppers. Perhaps not everyone was pleased when she left her old life for the Heights.
Enough to keep Dufresne on the hunt? Someone like him isn't cheap. If Nellie knew anyone else with that kind of money, she wouldn't have worried about cash flow.
Then perhaps we're looking at it from the wrong angle. Eleanor has a mind that's seen once in a generation. If, say, someone is willing to kill for a wallet, what would they do for a scientist capable of fixing the well?
My skin wants to crawl off my seat. Dufresne had torn apart my car to get Nellie's journal. If Nellie's gray matter was that valuable, his faceless employer might never give up the chase.
Finish conclusions.
At the bar, Thomas puts away a load of glasses, each clinking away to its rightful place. I stare, feeling like I'm a few glasses short a full set of answers. Sounds like the brainiacs in the Heights don't know what's going on either.
Unfortunately. I'm truly sorry I can't tell you more, but maybe we can still find some answers. I'll inform them of the Red Aether leak. See what they can find.
I bite back a cynical remark about whether the Heights will share when Nellie trots back with an amber-filled glass.
So, how was it? Did you need a little longer?
Got the gist of it, thanks. Wait, is that bourbon?
Oh, yes! I've never tried it, but the gentleman at the bar ordered 2 on the rocks already, so it must be good.
You're in for... Have you never... Wait. You said that you didn't drink alcohol, right? So... Well, at least it ain't bourbon straight up. Um... Hope you like it, Nelly.
Oh, my dear, that's a rather strong drink. Are you certain that's where you'd like to start?
Oh, well, I'm certain I can manage, and it would be a shame to waste it.
No, that's... First of all, that's rude. Just drink it instead. And also, we would be robbing Nelly of important life experience. So, let Nelly drink it.
Only one way to find out.
Uh-huh.
Apparently, watching someone knock glasses back hadn't prepared Nellie for how to drink it. She takes a big gulp, and it promptly comes back up with a sputter.
I am so sorry, Nelly. I'm such a bloody bastard.
Easy, kid. You're supposed to take it in sips.
But in the movies, they always...
Often exaggerate and lie for dramatic effect, I'm afraid. Now then, let's get this cleaned up.
Thomas will get you a towel. Just remember to give him a good tip.
Yes. Also, Nellie, darling, might I recommend something sweeter? There's a lovely apricot drink.
Mm-hmm. Apricot is nice. So, it seems this will be, this will continue to be more of a conversational episode, so not much action going on. I hope you don't mind. I think this is lovely and interesting. Yeah, Nelly, how are you feeling, my friend?
How's everything going down here?
It's going fine.
Doesn't sound like it is.
I love my work, Gia. Almost everything about it. But sometimes I just wanna... I don't know. I've been staring at these formulas so long that all the stereoisomers look the same.
I offer Nellie a vacant stare. What?
That would have killed back at the lab.
Nellie slumps over her desk, her hands almost melting into the surface. She's exhausted, and not hiding it well. I don't know what she's working on, but I know it's important. But working tired is a good way to make critical mistakes. Nellie needs a break.
Offer to take her to the circus, or tell her she should focus on her work? Yeah, she could use a break. Offer to take her to the circus. Sure, why not?
Hey, kid. Get rid of the frown and come on. You ever been to the circus?
The circus? We're going? What should I bring? What does someone bring to a circus? Peanuts, I think? I don't have any of those. They should have some there, right? Are we going right now?
Are you in the middle of anything important? On her desk, a glass vial bubbles with blue liquid over an open flame. Nellie's eyes follow mine, then her face screws up into what she clearly believes is a convincing poker face.
Oh, nope. Let's go.
Finish up what you're working on and we'll go.
Oh, Fine.
Mission started. Wolf at the gate. Okay. Some companion quests. Fun. Did you have anything else to... I'm gonna make just a quick little save here. As you never know with this game when you will be forced into a scene.
Hi, Gia.
Yeah, so Nelly, Aether research you found. Yep. Yes.
I found this while snooping around. What do you think?
Oh, wowzers! I might be able to make you something with this. If you can find me some more material, I bet I could make something to help you while you're out on the road.
Uh-huh.
I think I can now finish this little side project I've been working on. I'll leave something for you in the steamer trunk when it's all done. Goodbye for now.
Awesome. Let's have a chat with Tatiana.
Back so soon.
Okay, you didn't have... Just want to see what
I found some things that are more unique.
And pray tell, what diamonds in the rough have you found, Mishichu?
So, is this compass? And I don't know that we want to sell that one yet. We might have to deal a bit more with that... Oh, what's his name? The German... prick. The German fella.
See you soon.
But...
Giovanna.
I wanted to see what you had for sale. Okay, there is a bunch of things here. Yeah, we are starting to see, like here, heavy armor. That's +6 to health. And also these are interesting heavy weapons. So here you push enemies away that are around you in a medium AoE. I don't know how far away from the vehicle though, but yeah, so you would deal 3 projectile damage with that one. And then you could use this one to pull them back again for 3 projectile damage. So that's 6 altogether. So yeah, that's an interesting strategy. So yeah, there's some interesting things here.
See if anything catches your eye. Do Virginia.
So Virginia. Let's have a chat with Chris.
Hey there.
Okay.
Drive safe.
Yeah, we haven't found any more records for you with sweet singing. Sophie, do you have anything to add?
I ankle over to the bar, squeezing between a chair and the dough to order a well-deserved drink. The routine lowers my guard, leaving me vulnerable to the unknown passenger in my pocket. What the? Instead of a wallet, my fingers close around a kitschy elephant doll. If the doll wearing Dreamland's colors wasn't enough of a smoking gun, Sophie's laugh is. Soph, what the hell is this?
It's Topsy, one of Dreamland's most darling mascots. We even have a building in her likeness.
Yeah, well, bully for Topsy. What's she doing in my pocket?
Don't look so suspicious. I was only having a little fun, and I needed an excuse to practice my sleight of hand.
So what? You thought you'd slip a doll into my pocket? I would have thought you'd try making off with my wallet.
We're not all common cut purses. I could pick the pocket of everyone here, and they'd go to bed without realizing it. But that's so... banal. Leaving something they're unfamiliar with, however, requires finesse.
I don't know about that. Pickpocketing and reverse pickpocketing are pretty similar if you ask me.
Oh? Why don't you give it a try then? We can make a game of it. Put Topsy into Tiana's handbag without her noticing.
Ask what you would win.
What are we playing for? More secrets?
Tempting, but no. I'd hate to make things feel stale. So why not a drink? You can pick whichever you like.
All right. And if I lose?
I'll try to pick something within your budget. This is for fun.
Ask why Titiana.
Why Tiana? She do something to warrant a hazing?
Nothing recent, but she and I used to attend school together. I thought she could do with a little nostalgia.
Uh-huh. So you won't mind taking the fall when Tiana gets mad.
Of course. It is my idea, after all. And unless she's grown rusty, she'll know who's to blame anyway.
Okay, so we don't have a choice here. That's unusual for this game, but okay. Take the bet.
What the hell? I could use the practice. Just have your money ready. We work out a plan. I take Topsy to a nearby stool and idle for a few, creating a cushion of deniability before Sophie starts.
Tiana, darling! You seem comfortable. Taking a break?
Sophia, tell me, does Tetka know where you spend your time off?
I don't think Mom cares, as long as I have the sense to do it away from prying eyes. The hole may be drab, but I'll give it this much. No one would suspect anyone of taste to come here.
That is what makes it good for business, no? Particularly the kind done under the table.
While the pair of old schoolmates chat each other up, Sophie awaits my instruction. Tiana might be quicker with a pen than a knife, but her insight's still sharp enough to cut through any obvious ploys.
Signal Sophie to spill her drink. Signal Sophie to keep it subtle. Yeah, let's not make a scene, because that would make her flinch and flail around. So yeah, keep it subtle.
I tap the counter 3 times.
Gunther's easy to bribe, you see. He loves peach schnapps and... Oh, that is a lovely pocket you have hidden in your wrap. May I?
Aha. You know what they say. Look, but don't touch.
Of course. Then, may I get your professional opinion? You see, Mom's recruited a new tailor from Bluebird, and I'm not convinced of the design.
Tiana smiles thinly. I don't know who's giving the harder shakedown, but soon they're talking tailors and imports. As Tiana's critical eye probes Sophie's cape, I slip the doll into her hiding spot.
Is that so? I'll pass her name along then. Thank you, darling. How should I repay you? A drink, perhaps?
No skill checks for this one. Very weird. I would have thought this would require like a phantom skill check, or perhaps a daredevil skill check, or doctor. Okay.
Ha! Information like that will cost you more than a glass of wine. Come see me after hours. I'm sure we'll find something suitable to settle your debt.
Tiana reaches for her bag. I feel like I'm watching a thriller. Anticipation building to a silent orchestra as I hear the bag click open and Tiana gasp.
Sophia, Giovanna.
Sophia's morale has increased. Play dumb, hold up to it, blame Sophie. I sure hope we will get the skill check for this, but yeah, let's play dumb.
If you're looking to make a sale, I grew out of dolls years ago. Tiana gives me a look that could cut diamonds.
Relax. You'll give yourself wrinkles. It was just a little prank. I recently picked up this doll and thought I'd remind you of old times.
You remind me why I am no longer one of Marm's lost girls. Giovanna is not one of your orphans. Save your games for them.
The fence gathers her bag and leaves. To my surprise, She takes the doll with her. Maybe next time I see Topsy, she'll be on the shelf of Pier 6 with a lush price tag. What was that about?
Well, nothing much. We does compete with each other from an early age, so we learned to make games of it. Leaving surprises for one another is one of the first things we learn.
Yeah, that's a very good way to learn those skills.
And you never grew out of it, huh? That's why Lizzie tried jumping you. It's just another game to you does.
Yes, not every game is as dangerous as a car chase, but they stick with us all the same. So, I like to ensure girls like Winnie learn healthier ones. But never mind that. You won the bet, and I owe you a drink. What would you like?
We settle up. I might have felt a little bad ordering a glass that'd rival the glass cages, if she didn't order something more expensive for herself.
Yeah, that was fun. Let's talk to the ferryman, Mr. Frog.
Hello, miss.
You don't have anything to
Bye
add?
now.
Bye, Mr. Frog. Bye, Captain. Let's talk to Professor here and see if he has something more to add.
Ah, Miss Randazzo.
Nope.
Until next time.
You don't. Let's wait and see if she is mad at us.
There you are.
I just want to check. Have you increased the prices? No.
See if anything catches your eye. See you soon.
Okay, so this has been going on for quite a bit, so... Yeah, Sophie, did you have anything more to add after
Giovanna?
that interaction? Yeah, you do. Ask about her relationship with Tiziana, yeah?
Tiana never talks much about her school days.
That's no surprise. She was rather quick to leave once she learned everything she could. And before we even had a chance to take her out to celebrate graduation.
She talks about Marm, though. Her Tetka. From the sounds of it, Marm used to be pretty fond of her before their falling out. Must have made things tense on occasion.
Are you asking if I was ever jealous of her?
Were you?
It's certainly possible. But as you've already seen, I have my share of green-eyed rivals to deal with. Between them and Tiana, Tiana was always the lesser threat.
I've seen Tiana shake down schmucks for giving her a bum deal. Lesser threat's the last way I'd describe her.
It's because, Giovanna, she and I weren't playing the same game. Even back then, I never felt her interests were in competing to be Marm's heir. And I've never had an interest in her little fencing scheme. See you soon, darling.
Okay, one last time, anything
Yes,
else?
darling?
No.
Take care.
Zdravo.
No? No.
Happy hunting.
Okay, this has been going on for quite a little bit, so I would just like to check up on Tiziana when she is at home.
There you are.
Nope.
Don't be
Okay.
a stranger.
Okay, nothing new. Do we see the doll anywhere? No. Okay. Maybe it will appear later. That would have been a fine touch for the developers to add in here, like a bit of environmental storytelling suggestion. If the doll would have been sitting somewhere around here, or perhaps I'm missing it. Anyway, let's get to our apartment and see if there's anything left to do. Will we finally have a
I
cigarette?
can last one more day.
Nope. Okay. So, yeah, this has been going on for quite a bit. Let's hope for a bit more action in the next episode. It's sure interesting and engaging to talking to everyone, but yeah, let's see if we can mix it up a bit at the next one. See you all then. Have a great one. Bye bye.